uma nganayo imali yokubhadala amatikiti bathi angihambi indawo yami isejele.
The traditional way of ushering in a new year was truncated in December 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many church leaders ushered in the new year through virtual platforms. 2021 has been a roller coaster year for the men in cloth. From the pulpit to the prison, prophets, pastors saw it all. We start off our year under review in the month of January, where there was heavy police presence at Sibukeng in the Sediben district for a church breaking the COVID-19 regulations. Presiding Pastor John Radebe will be arrested together with some church members.
This is not a gathering. So I'm waiting. No, I'm taking you to the Kiyaka, man. I just want to my Java Colin. Take it on my gun, when here.
What a year this has been. It was incredible, and it happened. Prophet Paseka Motuning, also known as Mboro, caused a stir in January when he was detained for traffic offense.
I was stopped and I was stopped, but yeah, I received the ticket, but check the ticket. But tola my ticket. Never tola my ticketing is tola me nangi. Because a license, because menkichi man, got the license. Apatanga ne card, le bank, and I had to pay. But yeah, if you don't have money to pay, you are going to jail. Manjengela is 3 hours. Life is about give and take. Kule 3 hours ngimela. Uma nganayo imali yokubhadala amatikiti bathi angihambi indawo yami isejele.
It took a good Samaritan to come to the rescue of the popular cleric.
So I couldn't leave you that way from home.
Yes.
So I deposited 2,500.
You deposited 2,500.
Yes, sir.
You couldn't leave me or get tronco.
No worries.
So you are saying when ankasi tronco ngolite.
Yes, sir. Yes. Not like I have money. I give my last money.
I'm advising you, do not give where you are not receiving. Every person around you, if you are only surrounded by people who are taking from you, they are not your people. You must leave them.
What a year this has been. The beginning of February saw the Douglasdale police arresting Jacob Dube, popularly known as J. Israel, for reportedly acquiring and possessing fraudulent documents in South Africa.
Right, this is J. Israel. As you can see, I've been locked up, and they are trying to find things to pin on me. They've been looking for cases to pin on me. They can't find nothing. I know, look out, you're behind this. Together with Benjo from the UK, you guys are solely behind this. And I just want to give you a warning that this war that you have started, you must get ready, because when you think you have won by having me here, you don't know what is coming for you. I'm telling you. This is a warning to you. I want you to know I'm coming for you as soon as I'm done with this. See you there.
Nigeria televangelist Timothy Omotosho, who was denied bail, was busted for being illegal in South Africa. Minister of Home Affairs Aaron Motsoaledi says Omotosho was found to be in possession of illegal documents. The Department of Home Affairs has consequently planned to review some permits of persons who had acquired the South African permanent residence documents fraudulently. Dr. Motsoaledi says his department will ensure that those who will be found with fraudulent documents, especially permanent residence visas, which are just a step away from citizenship, are brought to book. Omotosho's documents are clearly irregular. We've already decided that if he wins his case, we will deport him immediately because he is not supposed to be here. But if he loses, when he is released, we will catch him and deport him. Unquote. According to the Department of Home Affairs, it first emerged in 2017 during a Home Affairs official's testimony in court that the Nigerian pastor was in the country illegally. Reports from the Department of Home Affairs indicates that in 2019 he tried to have his legal status lifted, but the department declined the request. The first quarter of the year also saw the arrest of Pastor Mfariseni Mukuba of the Unity Fellowship Church after Johannesburg Metro Police Department claimed had violated the National Disaster Management Act. A spectacle ensued at the premises of the church where JMPD officials owned the premises of the Unity Fellowship Church and made away with equipment.
Today is happening here. The only thing is prayer. What we are for is prayer. Our sin is prayer. They say it's noise when we pray.
And arrested pastor and some congregants. Perhaps it was the most anticipated interview at the beginning of the year on how Prophet Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary escaped from South Africa without leaving any traces. Bushiri in the interview dribbled all viewers on his response to a question as to how he escaped from South Africa. At the time, the Minister of the Department of Home Affairs had confirmed that there was no trace on the system of the department as to how they disappeared from the country.
Okay, ndikamba ichi nyumba ikamayaka moto munthu akatuluka mukamfusafusa kuti nyumba imayaka moto kukhomo kumayaka muzamfusefusa kuti kodi unatuluka bwanji sasa kuyankhani azoona naso sindikudziwa so ine ndikuwuzeni kuti kutali moto ku South Africa mene natulukira naneso mpaka pano sindikudziwa
mirako imene kuti nangochitika
ayi mukaza kutchula mirako kandi chani komano ndikuwuza nchilungamo kuti zimatha kutheka zinthu zina zake kuti mulungu amatha akafuna kupulumutsa anthu ake amapulumutsa apeza njira yake mulungu ndiwapulumutsira anthu ake. We have got so many people here from Somalia, okay? They didn't have to tell their country they were leaving Somalia when there was war. When their life or when their lives were endangered, you don't say, well, I am leaving now, when you feel your life is number one. So there was no need for me to come and say I'm leaving when I know that the same people who wants to are using state resources to monitor my movements, and they even applied in the course to say we want him to be in one house. He must not move, and they tried to make the whole thing a house arrest.
What a year this has been. Also in the month of March, Congolese Pastor Alf Lukau won a court case against Nigerian blogger Solomon Ashomsi Zhang for defamation. This was after Solomon had labeled Alf as fake and false in the famous Elliot's Resurrection saga in 2019. The court consequently sentenced the Nigerian to 20 days in prison and a fine of about $7,000 to the Congolese pastor.
I would need, I think about $6,000-7,000 to do that. But that's just the way that it is. Do I have the money? I don't have the money. I have to believe God for the money. Can I appeal? Yes, I can appeal. But I don't have the money to appeal. That's going to be another added money, and I have legal cost. This is what's going to happen. The respondent, that is myself, is committed to prison for a period of 20 days. I have to go to prison for 20 days. And then finally, she said the respondent is directed to pay the cost of the applicant. So now I have to pay for his legal cost, for his attorneys. And that's going to be another added money that I would need to add to my own legal cost.
To wrap up, an eventful 2021 that saw the sad passing of Israela Bushiri, daughter of the Malawian cleric, through lung and was in intensive care in the Kenyan capital of Nairobi until her passing in March. What a year this has been.
We wish we reversed this. It's unfortunate that our child, when she wanted to go and have medical attention in Kenya, she was blocked right at the airport, and she couldn't have access to quick medical attention. And it's sad to hear the doctor's report that if she had gone area, she wouldn't have